Experience, of course, is what we say is a good teacher, and that is what this video is all about. So stay glued to your handset, computer, or whatever device, and let's go into this video with me. Welcome back.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to share this today. I'm actually shooting this video with huge excitement. It has taken me 15 years to be able to, to bring what I'm about to bring to you in this video. I want to share 15 years, what I have learned, my lessons, 15 years living in UK, relocating from Nigeria to UK. There's so many lessons, but I'm just going to compress it into 3 points. So please come with me in this video as we go. Yes, I'm going to be sharing with you my story, my journey in the last 15 years. It will actually be 16 years in a couple of months that my family relocated to United Kingdom. And there have been some huge lessons comparing two times, lessons comparing two cultures. What were our experiences, particularly mine? I'm going to summarizing them in just few points. So please stay with me in this video and I share with you. And if you are also someone like me that has relocated from any part of the world to the United Kingdom, and there's any of those experiences that I'm going to be sharing that you think you can connect with or you can relate with, please let me know in the comment section. And if you are about to relocate, this might be one video you want to watch over and over. Yes. I'm going to be sharing with you, and you might see me occasionally look down, that seven of my experiences that coming into the UK. Number one, let me just first of all say this. When I came to the UK, I was pregnant, and I came with the notion, with the thinking that as a pregnant person, you cannot go and look for job immediately, because it appears where I was actually coming from, once you're pregnant or you are a family person and committed to family, it is, especially in the corporate world, it's almost seen as if it's not a positive. So I came with that mindset. So number one, I was pregnant, and I just came, I told myself, okay, I'm going to, I will do nothing, meaning that I will do nothing until I have my baby, and I'll spend 3 months after my um, maternity leave in my own mind, because that's the number of months we used to take for maternity leave. And and exactly as I played it out, that's what happened. Yeah, I came. I really did nothing except, yes, I did volunteering, and after 3 months, that's when I actually started. Your mindset is very key. What are you expecting whenever you're starting on a new project or on a venture like relocation? What do you expect? Do you expect the system to open up to you? Do you know what it requires? I did not. And I wish with hindsight, I would have come, even though, because we came in July, and I did not put to bed until December. Hello, even if it is 3 months, that would have been something in my pocket. And at least it would have been something to support also my husband, the family. So that's number one thing I want to share. When you're going somewhere, please check what obtains there. Don't assume what obtains at your end is the same thing that obtains them. And number two, I was actually shocked at the ignorant level of the people here about people living in Africa and Africa as a person. Because I realized that except for those that have really traveled and opened their mind, you can actually travel and just be, if for instance, let me speak for Nigeria, my client. If you have traveled, you've come to Nigeria, and all you know is Victoria Island, the island that is in Lagos State, or some, you can't claim that you actually know Nigeria, because there's so many beautiful places, and you can total all your experience of Nigeria into just that small area. I realize that many people here are very ignorant. People see there's a picture, maybe that the media, a propaganda, or maybe an agenda that had been promulgated many, many years ago, or many decades ago, generations ago, and it is still in their head that Africa is that place that it's just full of animals and trees. People don't know that there are so many developed places. And even when you meet some of the education level, to be honest with you, the quality is fantastic, but the education level from where I come from, they can't fathom that around their minds that people are that educated. That the ignorant level marveled me. And I still see it even now. And my children even still saw it. Because when they went to school, that's another, I would rather not talk about the children now. And what other thing that I am now aware, or that is a lesson, it was when I came to this place that I became racially aware. I did not understand anything. I didn't even know it even existed, to be honest with you. And that's why I could relate with that Chimamanda's The Danger of One Story, or something like that. You know, I could relate because I realized that race, color is a thing. And it now makes sense, we hear about Martin Luther King, the struggle in America. Yes, we know that it's the struggle of the black, but I could not really understand. I did not know that in the real sense, there are some human beings that will total your existence to the color of your skin. I saw that here. I saw that here. I became racially aware. So if you are relocating, please, it is important you try to find out how they think so that you can position yourself. But that's one thing. And coming to this place, did I have struggles? I'll talk about my struggles, but I'll limit it to one or two things. We had struggles. I had struggles. The cultural shock was one thing. Even though I'd been to this country on holiday before we finally relocated, but coming on holiday, going to anywhere on holiday is different from living there. The cultural shock is another thing. Let me give you an example. It took me a while to wrap it around my head that you could be walking on the street, right? And maybe somebody fell and the person needed help, actually need help. And instead of you, because I'm used to where I'm coming from, very hospitable people, very kind-hearted, they don't need your permission to help you. They don't need but this place, you need permission to help people. You can fall, find yourself falling, and somebody will walk up to you and be saying, "Are you okay?" It's clear for me, I could not understand. There's some use of words, and I could not understand. Excuse me, you're asking, are you, what, are you okay? For me, I'm in my mind looking at the person that is asking, "Are you okay?" In my mind, I'm also asking, "Are you all right?" Asking somebody that's clearly not okay. I had my struggles. I had my struggles with people that could not, first of all, want to understand that there are other cultures, other clans that exist other than their place. And it is education to try to understand them. We had struggles. We had struggles, initial struggles with even my children settling in school. I had struggles with the first, my first work appointment. Oh, maybe that's a story I'm going to give for in one of my story time videos. So what other thing do in terms of work, I learned a great deal. Do you know till date, except for one place of work, and that does not really need it, to be honest with you, for the type of role that I had in that job, there's no place that they have asked for my certificates. In terms of work, it is they can do and they can see you perform. That's one thing I like about this client. Even if you claim you have all the certificates, if you can't do, you're going to be choked out. That I love about this place. And in terms of work, like I said in my first point, that the fact that you're pregnant does not mean anything. The fact that you have toddlers at home that you have to strike a balance between, it does not really, for them it is important. It's when you're they really, their HR are functional here. Maybe that's what I would say. Their HR here is functional. They consider almost every aspect of your life. When you're not happy, they know you cannot deliver. In terms of their work life, I honestly am very impressed, and I've learned a lot. The only place, do you know, the only place where my certificates were requested for, do you know who requested for it? Not the HR. Do you know who requested for? The person I was going to be working with. It was later that I now know that it was more of I want to put it in a way that is not good. The man actually was feeling threatened, because when in my CV, when he saw that, apparently maybe he didn't believe because of the role that I was applying for. And I was applying for that role because that was my putting my leg into the international development. And I wanted to enter at that level. I know that once I get in there, I understand that space, I can now move. And that was what I did. And do you know that, and that person is not a white British. That person is an African. And that will tell you how we view ourselves. Sometimes when we are not comfortable with other people's, heights, and we are like, maybe this person is going to take my job. And eventually that person left anyway. Because I was not there to actually take his job, but to compliment him. So that's one thing about work. And settlement here was not, compared to, because I've had an experience of an opportunity to relocate, to go and settle in Canada. When we went there, we went to test, just to test the space and to do all the formalization of settlement. The settlement in Canada, you cannot compare. It's like 150% if you give this place 40%. When you relocate, nobody takes your hand to work. That's one thing about United Kingdom. I don't know whether it has changed now. When we came 15 years ago, nobody was going to work here. Unlike Canada, from the port, you have loads of information of places to, the agencies that could help, signposting you already. Here, no one does it for you. And that is why you now be left with the people you know. And if you are fortunate not to know the people that have a good mind, that want to help, and also know the right places and right people to connect you to, it will take you a while before you finally feel settled. That's one thing. It will take you a while. And another thing is, yeah, it will take you a while, because I realized that many people, when we came, many of our people, people from that I know, or people from my client, and of course you know them maybe when you go to church, or people you've known and all that. People just feel you must go through the route that they have gone through. And that will tell you not many people have the right mindset that, okay, I've gone through this, I've made mistakes, I've learned my mistake, let me share my mistakes so that people don't go through the same. No, people are going to, when you come and you're like, oh, I want to, for instance, one of the things people told me that I did not like in settlement was, I came here, I was a chartered accountant where I was coming from. And when people start telling you, oh, you need to start you don't expect that you're going to work as a professional here. That go and start with the menial jobs and all that. I am not. I'm like looking down on those jobs. No, I'm a practical person. If I've had the opportunity maybe to do some extra menial jobs just for extra income, maybe I would have done it. But as a main job, I made up my mind. I came into this place as a skilled worker, and I was going to work as a skilled worker. And if they bring you to an economy as a skilled worker, they expect you to do whatever conversion that you need to do to work as a skilled person. It's because there's a gap in that economy. That's why they brought you here. It's not because they like you. You- there's a gap and you can feel. But if you don't cannot see yourself in that space, you find yourself, following the route of people that are undocumented. Because the route of the people that are undocumented is going to be different from those that are documented. And if the people you know are undocumented, of course, what they know is those other jobs. They are. I'm not saying they are not, but the thing is that don't. That's one of the things that I learned about settlement here. And maybe finally, I'm going to talk about this. People say the system works. At least I'm happy to work and pay tax because my tax send my children to school. My my tax, I can see the road start. In my tax, if anything happens to, I can call my GP, and in with my tax, there's so many benefits. With my tax, I still get something like, a small benefit, more like a pocket money for the children. With my tag, that's how what makes the system works. Because people sat down to create the system. That is one thing I have learned. That I've realized that the system works because people make it work. So now I've gotten to the point that I know that, yes, we all came for the greener pasture. But the truth is, people are the ones making the pasture green. Wherever you are, if people are committed to making the pasture green, it will be green. It is not something that happens by magic. And the truth is that people like us that have been brought from different countries are part of the people that are being used in the system to make the pasture green. The system works here, and you'll be happy because if you know that there's no place, there's no corruption, let nobody be deceived. There's no place. It's just a level. And if the system, if you can see that, okay, I go to work, I have to pay this, I have to pay that. And even when I'm retired, it's a place you are happy to retire to. And that's why many people are making Africa their burial ground. Because they take care of for all your work life, you've contributed to the system. The government is responsible enough to know that when you are now a spent force, when you can't work, they take care of you. And that's why we say the system works. I have learned these 7 things that I've shared with you. I have more, but I don't want this video to be too long. It's already long, I can see now. But it works. This system works. And I want to tell you that if you're planning relocation, please, please, please find out. And if you know anybody planning relocation, share this. I'm going to be doing a series of relocation series that has been inspired by one guy called Wodemaya. I hope if you know anyone planning relocation, whether to especially, this is especially it's for everybody, but I'm actually zeroing it down to African diasporas that might want to relocate back to Africa. So, but until I see you next time, I hope these few points of mine that's in a lighter mood. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things about my experience here in the UK, my relocation experience. So until next time, my name is still Atinike. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and click the notification button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, beautiful people. welcome back to my channel.